I'm kind of in the zone. It's quite weird sitting back in front of the camera because I've been away for the last week. I feel like I want to kind of backtrack a little bit to catch up with where I left off. I think the last thing that I was talking about was the live drawing event which I did, which was so awesome. It was really good fun, met so many people. It was a networking event for the creative industries in the area, which was great, but I kind of realised that I was in a position where I was kind of in the corner sort of drawing, and people didn't really want to come up and bother you while you were drawing too much, and also if people did come and talk to you, I was just like, I'm kind of in the zone, and I didn't really want to, I was trying to interact, but I kind of felt a little bit like, oh, I was really into the work, so it was quite, it wasn't ideal for a networking event, but it was a really fun experience, and I produced like my first kind of large drawing, which I really enjoyed, and I got to use dry chalks, which is like a different medium from the chalk pens that I normally use, so that was a really great experience, and I really want to do more of that sort of thing, so I'm going to actively start searching for more kind of live events and offering that, marketing that as a service as well. But what I did do was take sort of plain boards to get people to draw on it, so this has been quite fun seeing what people are doing. I really like this Dark Side of the Moon Pink Floyd thing going up here, that's awesome. And yeah, it looks like a lot of people had fun, but I've got to wipe it off now because I'm going to use this board to just write a thank you image, and what I'm going to do is send that out to the people that I did make some connections with that evening. What I did was as a means of collecting emails for my newsletter, and of course to add to your marketing mailing list, I offered an incentive that if you put an email down tonight, I'll enter you into a prize draw where I'll do a custom chalkboard for you. I need to send the email out to notify the winner and just sort of follow up with everyone else who entered and say thanks, reconnect, let them know what I'm up to, and also give them the chance to unsubscribe if they wish, which is good email practice. So I'm gonna get that tied up and sort of get back into the flow of working again after a nice long break. When I was at the live drawing event the other week, as a means of getting some data capture and collecting people's emails from a mailing list, in exchange for collecting someone's email, I would offer them entry into a prize draw where they could win a small custom chalkboard of their choice. The winner of the prize draw was a company called When in Rome Wines, and I've been emailing the owner of that company to discuss what would be most beneficial to them, and we decided that as they do a lot of festivals and markets and stalls, a little board with their prices on would be quite useful, and as they will change a little bit I guess from each event for specific offers, we decided the best thing to do would be to give them a little A4 board they can take with them. So I've got the prime board here, ready to go. We're going to put their logo at the top, space in the middle for them to write whatever offers they want, and the website just at the bottom, and that'll be a nice simple little promotional piece for when they need to go to festivals and events. What I've done is I've also painted the reverse of this board as well, so they've actually got two sides they can use. I'll only do the design on one, but it gives them, you know, as a last minute thing if they want to write anything. They've got like an extra blackboard surface, so hopefully that'll be of use to them. I'm going to get that done, and I shall be delivering it to them, I guess, in a few days' time. I've just finished doing this board. What I was doing towards the end, you might have seen in the time lapse, was that I was starting to scratch around the edges, so I was using a bit of sandpaper and also a little craft knife just to kind of scrape off some of the paint to give this distressed texture. And part of the reason I'm doing that is because this brand, When in Rome Wine, what they do is boxed wines, and they're doing that because it's very common in sort of the more rustic rural parts of Italy where people have they decant wine rather than actually buy it in bottles, and because they're kind of alluding to that more sort of rustic, natural kind of country feel, it made sense to reflect that in the style of the board as well. And a lot of their labelling and branding already has a distressed texture to it, so that's the reason why I was doing that. And then I dusted some chalk over the top of it and rubbed it in just to kind of bring out the marks a little bit more. So that was what I was doing at the end, for anyone who was wondering. And I think I'm pretty happy with that, how that's turned out. So the space, we've got the logo, got the website, and we've got a bit of space in the middle for them to write out prices and such. There's also a whole sort of free blackboard on the back there if they want to actually write anything else or have any additional signage. And I will be sending the guy an email shortly to let him know it's done, arrange time to drop us off to him, and hopefully they'll be happy with it. And they're actually quite local, so it'll be fairly quick to drop off, and hopefully get to see some of their wines as well, which will be a bit of a perk.